is the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. And we are broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Maryann Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts, and I am Maryann Okon. From now till 6 p.m, we promise this to be no dull moment. In other words, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to unravel, a lot to think about, and a lot for us to deliberate on so that we can pave the way forward. Most importantly, we're talking for development. Well, we're starting off with the big three stories for today. And of course, we'll be letting you be part of the conversation. In fact, this conversation is about you. You do the talking, mostly. We're talking about the situation in Lagos. Of course, we hear that all is not well in the quarters of the local government elections. So there's a lot to talk about there. Of course, Jam is the biggest story. Everyone's talking about it. Did you see that cry? What did you make of it? I see Kemi laughing, so she obviously didn't find it funny. She rather found it funny. Do you think it was ridiculous? Do you think it was very... Yeah, okay. And of course, insecurity is still a front and center problem for us in the country. And how can we, have development if we're still dealing with insecurity? I'm going to roll out these big stories for you today. And then, of course, on the 4 o'clock hour, we're going to the United Kingdom. Yes, Lagos #2. Well, the Labour government has put out new immigration rules. So you might just want to acquaint yourself with it. I'm going to have a UK solicitor and an immigration specialist join me from the United Kingdom on the 4 o'clock hour as we talk about those and how it might affect you or those of you who you have families, living there on some visa. Times are changing. And of course, on the 5 o'clock hour, let's talk about those street kids in Lagos. Children of school age still begging in traffic, and now even traffic wardens because last mile is not working. My guest is going to be joining me live in the studio as we discuss that menace of street begging and children just roaming the streets of Lagos. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Go join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 0809597585. On X, use the hashtag Hard Facts. And if you are joining us via telephone, I will be reading out those numbers. But first and foremost, this is how we start the show.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
The Big Three.
The Big Three. On Hard Facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello, Lagos. Welcome back. We're looking at the big three stories on Hard Facts. 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Maryann Okon. These are the stories we're looking at this hour on the show. Let's start with Lagos. UAD warns of threat to democracy ahead of Lagos polls. And this story is coming from the Sun newspaper. Apparently, the United Action for Democracy has raised concerns about political unrest within the All Progressive Congress, calling it a threat to internal democracy and a reflection of a broader national crisis. At a press briefing, Kunle Wiseman Ajayi, UAD General Secretary, said candidate screening, typically an internal process, has become a public issue due to protest. It has become, in his words, it has become clear that we are witnessing, or what we're witnessing is no longer just an internal matter. Members of the parties are taking to the streets, openly challenging the imposition of candidates and the lack of transparency As stakeholders in Nigeria's democracy, we have a duty to speak out and present our perspective on the situation, Ajayi said. Now, he called for investigations into alleged irregularities, noting police presence at screening and protest sites. This is a matter of national interest, and Nigerians need to understand the state of our democracy. Ajayi actually criticized governors for undermining local government autonomy despite last year's Supreme Court ruling. He accused the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission last year of enabling irregularities in areas like Alimosho, Lagos Island, Agege. In all these areas, legitimate party members were disenfranchised, he said. Candidates were imposed without proper voting or coalition, and last year officials were complicit in falsifying ballots counts. And this is one out of the very many calls that we've heard in recent times leading up to the local government elections. Someone also, I'm going to look for that headline, has complained that every big politician, every big wig in Lagos is putting out their kids to run for local government elections. Isn't that weird? For the want of a better way to describe, isn't that weird? Or is it a norm? But my bigger question is, could the Lagos State local government elections be under threat? Or is our general democracy under threat, like the UAD man has rightly put it? And is the APC in Lagos facing its own internal cracks? I mean, after that drama with the State House of Assembly, one would have thought that, the wind would have blown over. But it looks like they need to get some more putty to paint over it. I'm joking. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about JAMB, because JAMB... So UTME, JAMB reveals Lagos Owerri centers were affected by technical glitch. Remember the story that came out saying that, look, Nigerian students really failed this year's JAM, was not necessarily well received. People did not necessarily like what they saw, what they heard, and as much as parents were a little bit sad, it hit the kids a lot more than the parents. And unfortunately, a young girl committed suicide when she saw her result. What was the response of JAM? I will read the statement by Mr. Oloyede, but I would keep that for next week because we're going to have a full-blown conversation. But for the purpose of this conversation, here's a clip of him apologizing yesterday and busting into tears. I'll tell you what I think about that video right after we play it. Because I didn't watch the press conference at first. I later watched it on social media, but he made me feel all kinds of ways. But let's go straight to it, shall we?
As registrar of JAMB, I hold myself personally responsible including for the negligence of the service provider and I unreservedly apologize for it. And the trauma it has affected Nigerians to, directly or indirectly. We have decided that all the candidates affected in the 157 centers of the 882 be contacted to retake their examinations. These candidates are to be contacted through text messages addressed to their registered phone number from tomorrow. Their email addresses, their profiles, and phone calls by JAM. They are directed to reprint their examination slips for the rescheduled examination dates.
The crying. What was it about? I don't know. He was getting emotional, which is all right. But I'm just thinking, was it necessary? What does it change? Does it bring back the dirt girl? Does it excuse the wahala that people had to go through? 6 a.m., by the way. Some parents would have had to save monies for their children to transport themselves to where they had to write those exams. Some parents also must have had to pay for extra classes for those kids to get ready for the examination. Who's going to foot the bills for the rewrite? I'll let you think about it. But let's talk about the DSS. They're in the news. I'll tell you why. Most recently, the professor of economics had come out to say that Nigeria needs a shadow government. I'm talking about Professor Pat Utomi. He had said that there needs to be a shadow government. Who knows what the country needs that would serve as, proper opposition to keep the government on their toes. Well, this didn't go down well with the APC, which led to the APC spokesperson hitting back at Professor Utomi. Not very nice and savory words, I must add. And I did watch him 2 nights ago apologizing that he now understood what the professor was talking about, and that's okay, that's fine. I mean, it's okay to have, people who are there to criticize and, But then he was asked, would you take back the words that you used on the professor when you did not necessarily understand where he was going? He said, well, he's not going to take it back. Anyway, didn't end there. Now, the Secret Service has, in a suit filed on 13th of May, 2025 by Akinlolu Kehinde, senior advocate of Nigeria, contended that the move by Pat Utomi was intended to create chaos and destabilize the country. So the Secret Service has sued Pat Utomi, a Nigerian politician and a professor of political economy, over his alleged plan to establish what he called, in quote, a shadow government in the country. The DSS, in a suit filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja, asked the court to declare the move as an attack on Nigeria's constitution. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the suit marked FHC ABJ CS 937-2025. Mr. Utomi, the 2007 presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, is sued as a sole defendant. Now, for those of you who understand what a shadow government is, I think we have that in the United Kingdom. Do you think there's anything wrong in what Pat Utomi was prescribing and pushing for? What exactly is wrong with this? I mean, you have a right to tell me what it is if you find it as disturbing as the DSS and the federal government, even after he's explained what it meant for those who did not understand. What's wrong with it? Of course, and the issue of insecurity is still here. This is a very sad one, I must warn you. Insecurity. Bandits feed our babies to their dogs, says Zamfara lawmaker. A member of the House of Representatives from Zamfara State, Aminu Jaji, has decried the terrifying insecurity in his constituency, narrating how the bandits feed newborn twins, or they fed newborn twins to their dogs. I'm not even going to go into the details because I can't deal. But most importantly, when will these dastardly acts end? Is there a willingness on the part of government for these things to end? What do we do as a people to make sure that it ends? Because for how long will it continue? I want you guys to join the conversation. Let's talk 0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190. And you can join the conversation on YouTube and Facebook Live. Post your comment. We're Nigeria Info FM. On WhatsApp, it's 08095975805. If you are listening to us from outside of the country, you want to be part of the conversation, please join the conversation by calling WhatsApp 08095975805. 60 seconds is all you have. Please go straight to the point and make it, all right? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Do have quite a high.
Hello.
Yeah, well, my name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
Go ahead.
All right. Maryann, I think for me this one of the most pathetic stories about insurgency in Nigeria that I have heard. I know during that Orome something, those Orome people came out to tell us that the bandits used people to feed their dogs. But this is a story that comes from the source. And we say we have a government. They are not talking about this. They are talking about receiving the campists. They are talking about 2027. And they don't tell us how many people will be alive. Now, Mayor, I've never had.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
They say truth sets you free. But in a world where news spreads fast and popular narratives shape opinions, how do you separate truth from deception? Introducing Facts or Propaganda, the show that puts the biggest social, political, and media narratives under the microscope.
More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them hadn't been to school.
A lot of these young people are not employable.
Every week, we critically analyze narratives shaping our country, separating facts from clever manipulation. Who benefits from these narratives? What's real and what's just propaganda?
Unfortunately, paternity fraud is not a crime in Nigeria. Our laws are silent on this issue.
Join the conversation. Be part of the investigation. Tune in. Join Babatunde Abdusalam every Monday, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And let's uncover the truth together. Fact or propaganda. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't just believe. Investigate.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Is Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shegwa Rinze.
It's still the big 3 on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info, and we're broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Maryann Okon. These are the big 3 stories for today. 4, actually. Well, the UTM Ibrahim jam reveals Lagos where centers were affected by technical glitch and there might be a rewrite. Yes, in fact, there will be. And I'm asking, how, as much as we're talking about so many things, because this is a multifaceted, conversation, too many things have cropped up as a result of this. Should we scrap jam? Is it not time that we phase it out, huh? Has it overstayed its welcome is another question. Plus, this whole rescheduling, who's considering the cost? Who's going to bear it? The emotional and mental stress that the kids are going to face, and the fact that they have to prepare again at such short notice. I mean, is anyone considering that? Or we just want to rewrite the exam? What about the child who died? I mean, is anyone going to step down? Is anyone going to resign? Especially the man who was crying in the video. Are you going to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to take the fall for it, not just by saying it, but I'll step aside so that the person who's coming in would do the right thing and be thorough. Oh, I forgot we're in Nigeria. Well, the DSS is suing Professor Pat Utomi to court over his decision to form some sort of a shadow government. The UAD in Lagos is calling, or decrying rather, the situation, the political unrest within the All Progressive Congress in preparation for the local government elections. Could the elections in itself be under threat? And talking about insecurity, a very sad situation where bandits are said to feed babies to dogs. Yes. And the situation in Lagos State, APC and the situation, the political tension, could it be because of the fact that many would say that Lagos has become a one-party state for too long? Is it bursting as it seems and at the seams and, it's time for people to jump ship? Or is it a we die here, but it has to be my own turn first over everybody else? I stumbled on an old video of the former deputy governor of Lagos and what she had to say about the politics of Lagos. I'm most concerned or intrigued by what she had to say about the politics of Lagos, because someone had asked her in that video about the one-party system in Lagos. Let's take a listen. This video is courtesy of Channels Television. It's a pretty old video.
When an incumbent governor could not get a return ticket?
Well, I think it's absolutely disgraceful what has happened in APC, because, you see, it would seem that the whole idea in APC is that everybody should be serving one man. And if you are not ready to serve that one man, then you are out, so to speak. And that one man is the person who decides who is who, and everybody has to worship him. Everybody has to bring dues to him, and, it's not a political party. It's more like a mafia organization.
You were very close to him before now. Has he always been like that?
Very close to who?
The former governor.
Which former governor?
The president you were referring to.
Well, I was never very close to him. Yes, we were together in the Senate. We were together. We fought for the June 12, restoration of June 12, and I was his deputy. But certainly, if the way he treated me when I was his deputy governor was the way you treat somebody who's very close to you, then I'm sorry. I think it leaves much, much, much to be desired.
Do you think the PDP stand a chance in this election?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Because I believe everybody's fed up with APC. What have they done for the people? They have impoverished the people. They have driven businesses away to other countries. So what is the benefit to the other ordinary person? People are starving. Very few people can even afford 1 square meal a day in Nigeria today.
Because a lot of people in Lagos have this feeling that APC is synonymous to Lagos and Lagos is synonymous to the APC.
APC is not synonymous to Lagos, and Lagos cannot be synonymous to APC. Just because one person thinks that they have Lagos State in their pocket does not mean to say that APC is synonymous to APC.
You looking for a nap?
Okay, well, that is a clip that I stumbled on online, and I thought that it would give some insight to what's happening today leading up to the local government elections. 0201277093. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, actually, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris calling from Ikoyi.
Chris, go ahead.
Quick one. DSS suing Pat Utomi. Why are they quick in suing Pat Utomi? But the list they give to them, the people that are sponsored Boko Haram, up to date, I never hear DSS sue any of those guys. Then if it's true that the bandits, they are feeding newborn babies to their dog. Maryann, we're in trouble. Where's Kishim Shetima always asks about him? He promised that Insecurity, he will be in charge. He just said something about what is happening in Zamfara. In your own state in Boronu, what is going on in Boronu? Where is Buhari? Say 3 months. Nobody can call that man back. Then for APC primary or what? APC is doing well now. The woman who is saying the APC is one man, not be today. Formerly was about 3 people, but today it's owned by one man. APC is you heard the spokesperson on Kujimi interview. He said there is no problem. Even the Seriki guy said there is no problem.
All right.
Who are they deceiving?
Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
All right. 0201277093. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Boyesin calling from Afro-Media.
Boyesin, go ahead, please.
Thank you. You see, I don't know, as it stands, the so-called APC, we should have known before now that they are not after us. They're after, as it is now, they are after 2027 and nothing again. Even if anybody is dying, even if Nigeria wants to turn upside down, it is not their business. What they're after is how to push their own person back there so that Nigeria can continue to suffer. It's a shame. It's a big shame. Yet, people are still keeping quiet. Nobody's planning how to stop these people from clinging on to power. Excuse me. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for calling, Boyesin. Don't forget the female line is 0201-465-7190. Only the females are allowed to call that number. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mrs. Joseph, go ahead, please. Welcome.
I'm not talking about Nigeria concerning this APC. I'm about to talk about the students on JAM. Can I speak?
Yes, please.
Can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
You know, my daughter took JAM. Even almost finished.
Oh dear. I am so sorry. Your line is bad. If you can hear me, please call us back. Apologies, all right? Hello.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Right? Yeah. On the topic, I want to
What's
start
your
with,
name, sir? Where are you calling from?
I'm Mr. Jeffrey. I'm calling from Satellite.
All right.
So the issue of JAM, I think the game of politics should stop in Nigeria. It's killing a whole lot of things. Prior to this JAM, you see somebody like Peter Obi. I'm not a fan of Peter Obi, but you see, when Peter Obi complained that the JAM scheduling is going to be, that is wrong and is going to affect the student, people like Reno Mercury and all that, they were hitting him up and down. Today, what are we seeing? So the time for us to move forward as a country and living this tribal politics, I think we should leave it behind. That is the only way we can progress as a country. Then talking about the APC in Lagos State, I think since the people of Lagos State, we are all Lagosians now, we are voting in Lagos. If the people are happy with one person being the leader of the party, one person, everybody dance to the tune of one party, I think there's nothing any other person can say. Because
All right.
no matter what, as it stands now, I don't think any other party will win Lagos State.
Thank you very much for calling.
Now, except maybe in the near future. Okay, God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling. 0201-277-0993. I'll take one more call and then rush to social media to take your thoughts. Hello.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling
This is
from?
Romeo from Isola.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so quickly on the jam issue. As much as I like to believe, as they say, the man is a man of integrity, the man should have known that coming into this job, first of all, if you are blocking where people are eating for, you're supposed to know there will be saboteurs. And second of all, even with what happened with the election, for me, we're not ready for complete CBT test. Then secondly, for the DSS, this Adekunle song is okay, I'm not your problem. Utomi is not their problem. We're hearing today that Boko Haram has advanced drones. They are attacking our military bases. Where are the information before they hit? It's not when we want to do protests. You hear, I want to overthrow government. This is where the DSS is needed. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Romeo. I want to go on social media. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. On Monday, I'm hoping that I can bring Kabera Damu, who is a security specialist, one who he and I have spoken about the insecurity in this country for years, leading up to almost a decade. And unfortunately, we're still going to have the same conversations again and again. The question is, who's listening? Is anyone really interested? The guys who have the power to do it, are they willing to do it? So that's going to be our conversation on Monday, God willing. But let me read some of the messages that are coming in right now. This one says, please help appeal to Professor Oloyede to release the results of we that will be 16 this year, because some school will still admit students till February next year. Okay. How am I supposed to do that? Ayo here says, we said the jam was a charade, but many people were blaming the pupils. Oloyede should step down. Also, it is unfair to quickly write another jam. The issue may be more than what is revealed so far. Give time to do the root cause. Insecurity, he says, is part of our system now, and it's very disheartening. DSS charging Pat Utomi is so low. All right, this one here says, Agnes from Ikorodu says, God forbid babies to their dogs. Let God not deal with us in Nigeria, please. This is not a laughing matter. This one says, concerning jam, yes, it's the glitch or the mistake rather has been done. It's not something to be happy about or to take lightly. It is sad, but at the same time, we young people should understand the value of life. Suicide is never a solution to anything. We should understand that there is no hope that is ever lost if you are still alive. Taking your life for whatever reason is never the solution. I remember the young man taking his life because of his girlfriend in Ghana the other time. Now this. We young people should understand the value of life. Thank you. This one says, for JAMB, a total cancellation and result of this year's exam is the best solution to the issue on the ground, not this tears Oloyede shedding, I beg. Emmanuel from Festac says, if Professor Oloyede should resign, we may never find someone like him in the near future. Oh, interesting. So is he not going to get old? Is he not going to leave that office? I don't understand this thing that you're saying, but anyway, it's your opinion. What else are we expecting from him? If he's taking responsibility for the glitch, he has tried to remediate the problem. When things like this happen, it affects everyone. I appeal to parents and students to bear with JAM as they make efforts to right their wrongs. As for the girl who committed the suicide, I sympathize with her parents and appeals for parents to not overpressure their children and make efforts to ensure that children are in a good place mentally and emotionally. If someone commits suicide because of failing an exam, it suggests that there are underlying issues that have been neglected. As for the exam, I think it has exceeded its relevance. Emmanuel from Festac, I do concur. To the last part, it needs to go. John from Ijaniki here says, when it comes to democracy, Lagos is the last behind other states. Are other states any better? I'm just curious. Don't get me wrong. Don't come for me, please. APC especially has no democratic culture that can bring about a real party politics that is credible and transparent. All other processes are tilted, towards the preference of a particular man that is bigger than the party. On Ishaq Oloyede's apology, I think he's better than the man in INEC who went ahead to announce false presidential election results. On the issue of alternative government being put together by our dear professor, it's within his right to do what he wants to do. It's for the interest of government itself. But do they see that? Because a shadow government is supposed to put you on your toes to do your job. Do they really understand what it is, really, to have a shadow government? Because it doesn't mean that they're saying they want to take over government. I take it that they don't know. Especially the DSS. This one says, good afternoon, Maryann. APC primaries, how are the mighty fallen? They're being handed a pill that was dished out a while ago, which they praised. Be careful what you feed. Secondly, I feel the sincerity of the registrar. However, he should watch his back because I smell sabotage within the system. Isa from Ikoyi. Thank you, Isa. This one here says, hello, had fact. Okay. Lily Jesse in Ojo. On Pat Utomi's story, I think the question, in my opinion, is what are they afraid of if they have nothing to be afraid of? I stand. All right, this one here says, Tony from Marine Beach here says, sincerely, if we had this kind of prompt action and cry last time glitches was mentioned in our national life, we would have been better as a nation today. As far as I'm concerned, Professor Oloyede is a hero. You think he's a hero? Okay. We have people like him. If we have people like him in power, we'll be fine. Okay. As for bandits feeding babies to their dogs, this isn't the first of such stories. Some persons keep claiming that they're foreigners. But do they kill one of them? You'll be told, or the day you kill one of them, you'll be told that you killed a hunter. Inhumanity at its peak. So sad. Okay. You know, when I watched this video, with due respect to everyone involved, Oloyede's video, it gave me a terrible reminder. I totally disliked the former governor of my state, Professor Ben Ayade. Joke of the century, by the way. And this is how he did. This is what he did. He got away with murder. Murder, I'm using the word loosely. He was robbing the state blind, but then always crying. And I used to ask myself, what is he crying about? But in that video with Professor Oloyede, I don't necessarily worry about the crying. It's the people that were clapping. What are they clapping for? Back to the phone lines, guys. 020-1277-0993. If you are listening from outside of the country, you want to be part of the conversation, please call us on WhatsApp 08095975805. I will take your call. Call me right away. What is the effort of parents whose child died? Maybe they start abusing the child for scoring low marks, as if her whole life depends on the exam. The way they carry education as if without higher education, life is over. Our parents should take this matter easy. Abiola. Adams here says, someone saw the glitch that affected students' results, kept quiet while students were accused of malpractice and failing exams, and only confessed when principals and parents took it up. This is unacceptable, and the top brass of JAM should be sacked. I asked the question. Should people go? Especially the man who was crying, especially the crying man. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Go
ahead.
Well, it's obvious now that these people, these bandits, they are no more human conscience. You know, they're incredible. They're just acting like incredible hog. Carnivorous animal. And Nigeria can't take this. We won't accept it. Feeding their dogs with babies. No, we will not take this. Then for the JAMB registrar, I think that crying will not solve the matter. You know, because though he's touching apology, but someone has died. Will she come back? Some students are depressed. The most important, let them sit up and correct whatever their error is. Once they have accepted it, is the error, their negligence.
All right.
So that such occurrence will not repeat itself.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello,
good afternoon.
Yeah, Paul.
Go ahead, Paul.
Well, if it's a client,
Do you think Oluwade should be there by now? You deny people admission. When they release the result, they say yes. The measure they put in place made these people to fail. If the Minister of Education said in November they are going to use that to sustain that tempo, and it's still there today. I don't know. We don't punish wrongdoing in this country. What penalty should be meted on the Oluwade and his court?
Do you think maybe the DSS should also, institute a suit against him or do some investigation?
I'm not even instituting a suit. You should be arrested by now and allow independent assessor to know what actually happened, whether they are glitch or not, whether they did it advertently. And not every time glitch. It's the same glitch that put the same man out to rock today. What about Yakubu told Nigerians about it? Every day. Anyway, if not the way parents shouted, do you think all this will come out?
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. We need to go to all the callers. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please call me back. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
The Friday calling from Maryann.
Go ahead.
DSS, they are saying a Pat Utomi. They should hide their face in shame. Boko Haram is killing innocent souls, killing our soldiers. The equipment, Nigeria equipment that they've carted out from those places, they kill those soldiers. Where do they take them to? Have they been able to investigate and get where they've taken our war equipment to? They are chasing shadows, leaving Nigeria citizens dying. They should go and hide their face in shame.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. Interesting. I want to read some more messages if you don't mind. Let me also go to Facebook Live. On Facebook Live, let's see. John Bennett says, Bandit fed dogs with newborn babies. So sad. Very sad. Amos Jubilee says, concerning Jam, there was nothing wrong with the man crying, but there's everything wrong with the clapping. Why are they clapping? I don't know. I have no clue. Charles here on Facebook Live says, so sad for Zamfara people whose babies are being fed to terrorist dogs. The solution for them is to ensure they vote out the APC in 2027. Until then, they just have to endure. Lacus or Lacoin here says, I'm not just happy with what happened to the professor of JAM. Now he would have realized that this generation of our children, their spirit is hard to offend. Whatever that means. I have just 2 minutes, so I'm going to rush through some of your messages. This one here says, it's too early to conduct another exam for these children. No, I beg. Give them about 3 weeks to be mentally balanced before they rewrite the JAM exam again. Unfortunately, they fixed a date. Yeah, here we go again. This one says, good afternoon, Maryann. Professor Oloyede should be sued and sacked immediately. Will his crocodile tears bring back the dead female candidate? It's just unfortunate. Sunday from Ikorodu. Pierre here says, why are we so accustomed to clapping? Baba they cry, people clap. Is it an encouragement for him to cry on? Nigeria stiff. The man should please respectfully resign. As for the DSS with their brother EFCC, make them they chase minor issues. Sapi from Surulere sent us this message. This one says, good afternoon, Maryann. Oloyede is faking this cry, Jerry. He has planned to cry when he gets there. JAM should be scrapped. The whole JAM hierarchy has failed. Tunde from Alakbere. All right, I have a 1 minute break, but I can quickly take one call and then go for that 1 minute break. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, hello,
Maryann.
Good afternoon. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon. Yeah, this is Bella speaking from Ojo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see the Professor Isiakoloide's issue from another angle. I think the way Nigerians are talking to this man, first of all, the condemning the clapping, I think the clapping is right for me. The reason why I said that is we have not had people in power owning on to the irresponsibility of any or doing of their duty. And if you have someone owning to responsibility of what has happened like that, it needs to be encouraged.
Okay.
Nigeria, why are we like this? I think we deserve the kind of leaders we have. Okay. Because I think some wicked leaders will be telling the man now that, you see now, Nigeria, you see what Nigerians are doing to you, you are owning up to responsibility, instead of you to stand Gidigba and stand as a strong man. So we need to encourage people that comes out and want to. If you have the kind of people,
no, sir,
like
we don't need to encourage nothing. If you hold an office, you should know that when you hold an office, you're responsible for that office. We cannot be encouraging you to do the right thing. You should know that when you hold an office, you should do the right thing. I have to go on a break. I'm so sorry. I have to go on a break. Thank you.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
One of the biggest football fan festivals in Nigeria is back. It's Go Fest 2025. Come turn up the energy. Go Fest 2025 will also feature exhilarating games, food, and comedy. Come watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Go Fest 2025 will take place on the 31st of May 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 12 noon. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.gofestnigeria.com. Go Fest 2025 is powered by Femi and the Gang and Football Republic, sponsored by Squadron, proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.